Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays and welcome back to the channel. We have the event tank, the Annihilator, and I'm not gonna lie, I think Wargaming have overcooked this tank. It's only a personal opinion. I think they've overcooked this tank. Think of the housing, but give it 3 shots, and that is pretty much what this is. Now, the turret on the thing is 200mm thick, and the hull is 115. The sides are not so good, but I mean, just face the enemy, and you will bounce some shots for sure with the turret. DPM 2566, which is really good DPM for a heavy. Magazine reload is 14.06 second, and the time between each shot is 0.33, and it is just 1 shot per magazine. So just like the housing, you shoot once and all 3 shells come out, which is really good. And the dispersion pretty much stays the same. So you aim and it's really quick, and you pretty much the dispersion is spot on. So it's not like you fire a shot and then the dispersion goes all over the place. It's pretty much stays the same, which is really good about the tank. Damage is 210. It has 170mm of pen, I think 220 on your APCR. I mean, yeah. And it has a 210 alpha, 8 degrees of gun depression. Now, I have spoke to Wargaming, and did say to them that I think this tank is a little bit overcooked. And they did say, like, in how do you think it's overcooked? And personally, it's my opinion. People might think differently. But with the 210 alpha, you can do up to over 700. I mean, 702 we got with the first magazine, or the first shot, shall I say. I actually said to Wargaming, I think 210 alpha is a bit too steep. It's a bit too much. Maybe 180, 190, something like that. Maybe 200 max. It's what it should be. But with the 210 alpha, I do think that for each shot, I do think that is a bit too much with the tank. Now, I've only had, so far, just playing the tank, I've had 4 battles. I've had 4 battles, all 4 win, and I'm pretty much average damage at nearly 2,900 in those 4 games. And with this tank, because of the 210 alpha, and you could do, like I said, you could do up to 700 per shot. Don't forget, you're not going to pen each shot every time. There has been a few times where I've only penned sort of twice, or I've only penned once out of the 3 shots, and even sometimes I haven't penned at all. You can see 600 there into the tank that was there. And you can build, what I've noticed, because of the 3 shells, you can build your damage up really, really quickly. And sometimes when you end the game, you're like, how did I even get that much damage? Like now, for instance, we're on 2.1k damage. And I'm thinking, like, where's that damage sort of even come from? Because it just feels like I've been doing sort of 3.5k, 2.5, 3k. And sometimes you're like, where the hell, how did I get that much damage? Because it feels like I've done absolutely nothing. I mean, the speed's good as well at 35 kilometers an hour. You've got the turret, you've got the DPM. Of course, you can't get this tank for free in the event. You do need to buy the pass. But honestly, I do think Wargaming has overcooked this a little bit. I do think they've overcooked it. I don't know how, like I said, the only way I would change it, I mean, it's an event tank. They're not supposed to be completely OP. But honestly, I do think this is going to be a bit OP. With that gun depression as well, I mean, you don't really feel too much the gun depression. 8 degrees, it's still a really good number. With the turret that it's got as well. And of course, the 3 shells that keeps the same dispersion. But Wargaming actually when they tested, they actually replied and they said we thought it was a little bit undercooked when we tested it. But I totally disagree. I totally disagree, and this is going to be, in the right hand, this is going to be broke. It is going to be absolutely broken. As I've said, think of the housing. And give the housing 1 more shot. Yes, it's not as quick as the housing, but it's got the 3 shots. It doesn't affect the dispersion once you shoot the first time, and still 35 kilometers an hour. It's still quick for a heavy. It is still quick for a heavy. I mean, this shot here, we're going to only pen 1 of them. So of course, when you only pen 1 of them, one shell, then yeah, your DPM dramatically reduces. So when you do have the shots off, make sure that you are aimed at the weak points and to just try and maximize the DPM on the tank, because you don't really want to be doing 190 damage or 100 damage, 200 damage every 14 seconds, because that is when the tank would suck. I mean, look, a Helsing, the tank was moving, the Type 64 was moving back, and we still managed to hit all 3 shells. So how would Wargaming nerf it? For start, definitely the dispersion. I think they could make it like the Helsing, where it resets after every shell. Maybe not as bad, not straight back, but at the minute, I mean, look, we're going to get this shot here into the P43. You're going to aim, and it just pretty much goes where you aim. And already 2.3k damage. We've done nothing. I mean, it feels like we've done absolutely nothing, and there's still 2 tanks left alive. So I do think it is going to be broken. A lot of people are going to want the tank because it's broke. Because it's broke, and you can get it for really cheap. I mean, the passes, I'm not sure exactly how much the passes are, but just like the battle passes, they're not expensive. They really are not expensive. And this time, unlike the other tanks, the Thunder, the ARL, the whatever it is, the Eraser, sorry, those are just average tanks. They're good tanks, but they're nothing special. Where this is a little bit overcooked. Tomorrow, or later on today, actually, maybe in about an hour, I'm going to release the tier 5 one that you can also get in the event. So look out for that. That will be released around the same time as this, as I've said, in around about an hour. Currently making this video, I haven't played the tier 5 one yet, but definitely it's not going to be overcooked as much as this tank right here. I mean, the camo looks hideous. The tank actually looks hideous. It does come with the attachment. You can get the attachment, which is a flamethrower on top, which actually at the start of the game, it looks really good with the fire coming out. But again, it's kind of pointless, because you see the fire right at the start, and then the attachment is pretty useless, and it does nothing for the rest of the game. So it does come with that. I don't know if it comes with the attachment. I think you have to actually unlock the attachment in the event. But you're getting a really good tank. You're getting a really good tank. In my opinion, it is OP. Again, that is just my opinion, guys. I don't want anyone to go out and buy the battle pass or buy the pass because I'm sitting here saying it's an OP tank. You might get it and think it's a shit tank. Look out for other YouTubers. And this is where I love having so many YouTubers in Blitz. Everyone's got a different opinion. Everyone's got a different opinion. And I sometimes watch the same video 3 or 4 times because just to get each opinion. And if every YouTuber is sitting there saying, yeah, this tank's broke, then you kind of know that the tank is broke. But there's some YouTubers, I mean, look at the Swedish line. There's a couple of guys that love the tier 9, the Emil 2, and then there's a couple of guys that think it's not nothing. It's nothing, it's not good. So don't just watch my video and think, oh, Meadsy thinks it's OP, I'm going to go and buy the battle pass. It's not that, because I'm just going to get abused. You know, I'm going to get abused. Wargaming's paid me to say it's OP, blah, 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 blah. No, just go and watch other guys, go and watch other YouTubers' videos, because they might have a different opinion. I mean, the Leopard 1 is my favourite tank. How many people hate the Leopard 1 because they don't know how to play it? The armour, etc. So everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And honestly, right now, I'm thinking this tank is a little bit overcooked. Having said that, I haven't come up against too many. I haven't come up against tier 8 yet. So in tier 8, it might be kind of like the Gravedigger. When the Gravedigger first come out, against tier 6, it's OP. Against tier 8, it's kind of meh. So we will see how it comes out when it is live. But for now, I'm thinking it's a great tank. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Good luck. I'm Meadsy, and I'll see you soon. With